Today, we're going to be taking a look at the 1965 Joe Namath rookie card. Namath is really popular outside the game of football, Hall of Famer, and his rookie card is an oversized one, kind of like the tall boys in basketball. So dive in my computer, show you guys two examples of real cards, two examples of fake cards, so that way you have the knowledge when going to a card show to buy it raw. Okay, we are back with my friend Photoshop. Some examples of real ones here on the left, fakes on the right. Real ones were grabbed from PSA slabs and also the back from an SGC slab. Fake ones grabbed from different marketplaces like Etsy, Facebook, and eBay. So, with that being said, let's talk about the four cards that I have on the screen. Well, really six, but we'll talk about these four up here. The standard Joe Namath rookie, we have the butterfly Joe Namath rookie. So if you guys see his hand over here, it looks to be like a butterfly. Don't know why. It's just like, it's kind of a popular print defect, although a lot of the grading companies don't really mention it, but some people do want the original version and also one with this defect. Personally, myself, rather just have the one with the normal hand, but up to you as a collector. Over here with the fake ones, we have your standard fake you can find, and sometimes people try to pass on. And we have the ultra fake with the printed autograph on top of it. And then down below, we have two of the backs. So let me kind of explain as well, because I've seen this fake card in person a few times, and some of the methods you can't really see or use in Photoshop. First thing is, like, when I saw it in person, the texture is completely wrong. Cardboard is off. The feel of the card, it doesn't feel vintage. If you look at under a loop, printing is wrong, and there's no smell of vintage cardboard. Now, I know like a vintage cardboard smell can be created, but it's not a bad method to use. It's always like a worst case scenario. At least you can weed out stuff that doesn't work. So that's from seeing it in person, and the colors, they're even worse in person than they are with the fakes over here. You'll be able to tell if you've seen the real version and the fake right away. But this scams people that aren't familiar with vintage cards or familiar with the Namath rookie in general. Okay, that being said, first thing I would take a look at if you're just looking at the imagery is the white border on the outside. So you guys can see on the fakes, perfect white. On the real ones, they aren't. And this is a case with a lot of vintage cards, even like the 1952 mantle. They had one on the wall. The PSA had one at the wall, I should say. The National is like perfectly white. So easy to determine fake with that side of things. You can do that a lot with other vintage cards too. If it's perfectly white, most likely not the case. Up next, take a look at the shadows. So with a lot of fake cards, the shadows are not correct because they don't have the high quality printers these companies did. You can take a look at the neck over here. See how dark it is in comparison to the real examples. Even like looking at the hair is much darker. So right away, you can be able to determine it with that. And there's probably a few other small minor details across the board, but when you already have those, you can tell the card is fake. When you flip it over to the back, the first thing I always try to take a look at, I'm gonna load it a little bit closer for you guys to see, is the copyright logo or any trademark logos, because with this such small printing, he's made it home fakes, can't reproduce it. So you guys can see how the C looks over here in comparison to the real C. I mean, yeah, it's off. Take a look at the card number 122, the football, solid color, looks clean. Shoddy printing. I mean, these are very low quality fakes / reprints, so not a surprise there. But there's a few different methods on how to determine whether the Namath is real or fake. With this one over here, as I mentioned, this is a printed on autograph. It was not signed by Namath. It wasn't even signed by a person. There's fake autographs out there that are signed by people on cards. This was just literally printed over a fake card. So double fake on that side of things. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and check out my book Spotting Fakes if you want to learn a lot more about fake sports cards and alterations. Go into a lot more details in there.